What's up, guys? This is Fahad in Japan, and so it's officially been about 6 months since I've been here on the JET program, living in the city of Kyoto. And I thought I'd make a video talking about what my impressions are so far, things that were unexpected, and overall just life and the experience of the JET program. So to start off, to give you like a brief summary of who I am, if you haven't seen my videos before, my name is Fahad. I live in Kyoto City on the JET program. It is my first year here. I teach at one high school, and it's absolutely amazing so far. I mean, I've even gotten the chance to, like, a lot of experiences differ because some people don't have a hands-on experience, meaning that they kind of just read and stuff like that. I actually got to design an entire course so far, so things have been really great for me. But I do want to say that coming across the different people that I have met on this program, some people absolutely were like, you know, in a negative way. They got an experience that they were not expecting. So I know in the beginning they were telling me how they wanted to stay for at least a few years, and some of them can't even make it through this year. Others are recontracting and are going to be here for a while, as am I, so I'm going to be here for at least another year, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, so overall life in Japan, so I come from San Antonio, Texas, alright, so that's a really dry, pretty hot place. Kyoto is a place that has a really hot and humid summer and a cold, like, you know, mess you up winter. So that's been kind of difficult to get used to, especially the fact that there's no insulation in the houses. So I gotta have like electric heaters and double blankets and stuff like that before I go to sleep. But overall, so let's go to the actual, what you guys want to hear, right? So the experience on the JET program. Now, you're gonna come across, I know people are interviewing really soon, or you know, so you're gonna come across a statement a lot saying things like, every situation is different, which is 100% true. Like, no matter where you are, you know, even from class to class, teacher to teacher, you're gonna have a different situation. But that doesn't mean that you are bound to that, you know, that whole idea. That your experience will be what you make it to be. So like, yeah, there will be some teachers that have their own set style, but that doesn't mean you can't give suggestions or at least do something or try something different within the classroom. And then besides, like, outside of school, I mean, you got to get involved and make the experience something special for yourself, as opposed to just sitting at home all the time and not going out and doing stuff. Like, I mean, I hear of so many people that just are in countryside areas and they don't take advantage of the rich culture that's out there. They kind of just are bitter and just lock themselves away in the cold winter, and then next thing you know, when you see them at like a meeting, they're just angry at everything. Like, if your situation is like that, then fucking go out and do something about it. You know, don't just sit away like a little bitch and just, I'm sorry for swearing, but don't just sit around and not, you know, make use of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's your fault if you're having a shitty experience. You're not bound to that one area. You have trains, buses, bullet trains, airplanes to take you absolutely anywhere in the country, and it's so easy to just go on like a weekend trip. Like, I'm going to Hokkaido in a couple of weeks for the snow festival. For just Friday, Saturday, I'm gonna come back Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be bound by like your situation if you don't like it. That's not all of Japan. That's one thing that kind of annoyed me about people when they said like, oh, blah 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 blah, my location. I mean, like, I know I have a good location, so it's easy. It may be easier for me to say, but I'm not here on the weekends. Like, I leave the city and I do things. You know what I mean? I explore other towns. I travel. You know, I ride my bike around. I do things to make myself, you know, get a full experience. Of course, I still do. I have a routine during the weekdays, like I go to the gym and stuff like that. But you know, like, you got to make it. Every situation is different, but you can make your situation what you want it to be for the most part, right? Like I said, in school, it really depends on the teacher. Like, within one school, for example, I have a teacher that is really kind of by the book, which I completely respect because, you know, she still lets me kind of run things, but she just wants it done by the like, you know, the way it's supposed to be done according to the curriculum. Then I have another teacher that just lets me do whatever the hell I want to do, which is pretty great because I'm one of those people that's not, you know, that doesn't like shy away from stuff like that. Like, I want to help the students, you know, learn and stuff like that. So I really love those opportunities. The coolest part so far for me was in my school, I get to design and kind of run through like a semester curriculum where I'm teaching them how to do poster sessions in like science experiments, presentations in English. So that's been a really good experience for me to get to use my degree like that, which has been really fun. So that's the teaching life, right? As far as the social aspect goes, like I said, I'm in the city of Kyoto, so there's foreigners and there's opportunities everywhere. But just like any place else, it's when you have like a career, when you have a job and you've got a routine, right? It's not nearly as easy as it was back in university to just meet people and make friends. Like you gotta actually, cause like at my school, all the teachers are like, the youngest dude is like 34. You know what I mean? And so everyone else and above, that's like the youngest guy, right? So I'm not gonna hang out with these people. Like, you know, they got lives, they got families and stuff. So I had friends here, but I really wanted to make new friends. So I've been doing things like checking out meetup.com and finding language groups that are meeting up. And, you know, I've just been trying to experiment and go out there and discover new things and new people. So I'm trying my best to keep this whole experience continuously changing, very fluid and dynamic. So it's been a really, really fun time for me so far. And I love every single second of it. So like to give you guys an example of what I came from, like I don't really talk about this kind of stuff because it's kind of personal to me and I feel like it's, you know, it doesn't need to be said, but like I got into medical school before coming here, so this is the path that I chose and I have absolutely zero regrets. So it's been absolutely incredible. But one thing, if you do get in, don't be one of those people, because most likely you will be placed in like a suburb or a rural area, so you're not going to have a town where you can just take a 10-minute train and be in like main shopping areas. You might have to take like an hour train or something like that, or even 2 hours, but that doesn't mean you have to be holed up in your place all day. Like that's no excuse to do that. Go out, meet people, make friends. Even in the JET community, the community is awesome. Like I don't unfortunately get to hang out with them so much, but I mean, not that, you know, I don't have the opportunity, but I've just been my goal has been to improve my Japanese language more and become natural. So I'm trying to hang out with more and more Japanese people. But I mean, the community is super active. They got Facebook groups and they organize events. It's super, super great. So yeah, so that's what's going to be out there as far as the social perspective goes. So we've covered the classroom, the overall experience. We've covered the social aspect of it. Now what's left is like the culture and the people. So so just like any other group of people, there's different types of people, right? Personalities and people that are interested in, you know, foreign things, some people that don't want to have anything to do with foreign things. You're going to run into all those types of people in Japan. Now, of course, if you can speak Japanese, it'll make life a lot easier because then you'll be able to hold conversations and stuff like that that are, you know, that you can get to know people more. Otherwise, it'll be kind of just like those people just checking the waters and saying, hey, what's this person all about? Oh, okay, and then that's it. It'll be like a really super formal, like, hi, hello type of relationship, which is fun in the first couple of months, but I'm sure it's got to get like old because, you know, you always feel like everybody's got a system, like in the teacher's office and stuff like that. They've got their system going on, and then there's you, right? So in that situation, some people just sit back and don't care. They'd rather just not be doing anything related to that. They'd just be into their own work. I'm the type of guy that kind of wants to know what's going on, so I'll ask and I'll confirm whether I understood the Japanese correctly, or I want to know what's going on. And I've requested the teachers to keep me in the loop and for everything from student affairs to like just what's going on. And you know, they respect it and they do. So if you want to be involved in the school, you absolutely can. If you don't want to, they won't say anything because they know what your duty is and they will know what your language capabilities are. So they probably won't really count on you too much for anything other than the exact stuff that you're supposed to do. So there's that. So as far as going back to the people generally, there's this big idea at saying that they're like Japanese people are, for the most part, are really shy. I don't think it's so much that they're shy, so much as they just kind of most of them just want to do their own thing. Like, you know, it's like imagine wherever you are, somebody just comes up to you and starts talking or something like that. It might be kind of off-putting. Over here, you know, you'll get your stares. People will be looking at you, not in a menacing way, just like, whoa, dude, I've never seen, especially for me, like, what the hell, like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? So, you know, you have that. But, I mean, the people are really, really cool, especially the ones that want to talk to you. Like, they are absolutely amazing. So that's been really, really great. The people are super nice. You will come across dicks occasionally, but I mean, every country, every place has assholes. Every place has good people, and Japan is the same. So you know, you're gonna have different types of experiences. The worst thing you can do is have a couple shitty experiences and then just judge an entire race, an entire community based on that. So don't do that. Like I said, there's shitty people, there's good people. One time I got into an argument with this lady at this Nihon like traditional Japanese dining restaurant because she served there was imitation crab on the thing, and we were just like me and another AET and a Japanese teacher were there, and we were eating. And we were just like, what is this? I think this is imitation crab. And she's like, oh, and the teacher was like, oh, that's what you call in English? I was like, yeah, it's called imitation crab because it's not real crab. You know, it's like, I don't know what it's made of, but that's what it is. And the lady at the counter was so offended because we called her crab imitation. Like she didn't realize that imitation crab is a one thing. Like we're not calling it fake crab. She got so offended because she thought that we were insulting her by saying that she implied that the crab is real, but we were like, oh, the crab is fake, that she just started going off at my teacher and us, and we're just like, no, you don't understand, like that's what it's called. So she was a hothead. You know, that's happened for me. But then I've just had nothing but amazing. One time, you know, that's kind of like a bad example. Another good example, a good example is like one time I had one of these in Kyoto, you can get these subway passes where you pay 600 yen or like around $6, and you can use the subway as much as you want all day, which is really great because subway tickets for one way typically start out at 220, 230 yen. So if you're going to 3 different spots, or even like more than a round trip, it's going to be worth it for you. And so I had to go to some JET conference back in November, and I had to switch from the subway to like a regular train. But for that, I had to speak to like a guy at the ticket booth, or the ticket machine thing, and he wasn't there, so I was just like stranded for like 5 minutes, and I was like, what the hell is happening? And this lady just came up to me and asked me. She didn't realize I spoke Japanese, and she's like, are you okay? Do you need any help? I was like, blah, 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 this is what's happening. It's like, oh, okay. And she actually waited for me for like another 5 minutes, waited with me until the dude came, and I could finally get out of there. So there's all kinds of great people. There's, you know, a few not so great people, but it just depends on, you know, just they're human beings, just like anything else. So yeah, so overall, it's been absolutely incredible. I have had so many incredible experiences. There's way more to come. Like I said, this year I'm actually planning, like I said, to go to the Snow Festival in Hokkaido. A video will be coming for that. I'll be going to hopefully climb Mount Fuji this summer, which will be absolutely awesome. I also want to try and go out of the country to like one of the nearby countries for like a mini vacation. We'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys updated as to what's going on. And finally, if you guys want to send me any questions, please feel free to do so. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have regarding JET program, interviews, blah, 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 all of that good stuff. Email me. In fact, I'm actually thinking about starting like a video series where I just answer email questions. And then so you guys can know what's up, and maybe it'll be something you were interested in, and there's an answer for it. So that's all for today, guys. These were my impressions for the JET program and my experience in Japan so far. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Shoot me an email at fahadinjapan@gmail.com. Comment on YouTube, like send me a message on Twitter, do whatever, and I'd be more than happy to get back to you. So until the next video, guys, I will see you guys later.